Alright, now we're going to learn how to create a new project. So you can click here and you create your new project. Give it a name, so let's for instance say test project 1. Don't choose a template for now please. Then enter the description, so description 1. Text. Alright. As it said here, Christian and I will always be associated to your project because we are the two admin. On top of that, you can choose a client that is associated with this project. The project itself can be a client too. So let's associate the client test. If the client is not in this dropdown, you can add one here, and then further on I will show how to add the email and add the users under the client. You can add the users from Boost Your Startup that are listed here. As I said, Christian and I will always be associated, and you can also add more users. I'm sorry, here, and you can, add them as contractor or employee, and you add their email here, and they will receive the same kind of email you will receive when you create your account. So let's not associate anyone on this project. Okay, your project has been created. 3 people are on it. You, Mr. Test, Christian and I. So let's write what you're doing. You're building the framework of your project. Here we go. It's written here because you see all the activity, and you see also the different user status. Alright. If you want to start a project, the first thing to do is to start with the milestone and tasks. So first thing first, we're going to create all the milestone of a project. Let's imagine, for the sake of the example, that one of our clients needs a marketing strategy, and the first milestone will be to create the SWOT. It's an internal milestone because the client will not see the SWOT but the marketing strategy by itself. So we add the milestone. I'm sorry, you can edit it by clicking here. I forgot to put the date. Let's say we're done in a week with the SWOT, and you are the owner of this milestone and it's internal. Alright, let's add another one. So the second milestone should be the go-to market strategy. Okay, that's strategy. That will start soon after we're done with the SWOT, like another week. And the owner of this milestone should be you, because you're still the owner of this project. You add the milestone, and last milestone will be the presentation, on which we will work another week. So starting after the milestone, and end date should be 10th. Oh, sorry, July. There we go. Alright, and this is external actually, so the client will see exactly what's going on. You add the milestone. When I say the client will see exactly what is going on, means that when you select the client and you add the users from the client, they will have access to Zoho project. They will not see what you are referring as internal, and they will see what's referring as external. When you're done with setting up your milestone, you should start with your task list. So about the SWOT, there is 2 things. The first thing is to set up the draft. Okay, you add your task list. So they ask you directly to add a task. So let's start with the strength. So you do the strand, and you want to do it yourself. So you select your email address, you show the advanced option, and let's say you start today, and instead of putting an end date, you can click here and put a number of days. So priority high, completion 0. You uncheck this one because basically it sends an email to notify people to let them know if they are associated to a project. I'll show you right after. You add your task. Second task should be the weaknesses. So for the weaknesses, you want, for instance, me to do it. So you associate me, you put me as an owner of this task, alright? And I don't want to do it before you are done with the strength. So I'm putting the date after, and it will be a high priority, and I add the task. Alright, let's keep going, and let's put threads. And this time you don't associate anybody. You want like everybody to put, you know, efforts. Task. So you just noticed probably that I reversed opportunities and threats. Did it in purpose. So I cancel because I don't want to add another task, and then I'm going to reorder the task, and I save it. Alright. You see there is a clock here. It means this is your task. It is for Mr. Test, as you can see here, for you. So if you click on this clock, it means that you are working on it, and it creates billable hours, and it will help us create your invoice that Zoho project can do for you, actually. Other very interesting thing, click on dependency view, and you see two tasks. Why two and not four? Because on this two I set up a date that I didn't do for two other tasks I created, and I want the weaknesses to be linked to the strength. I don't want to start working on the weaknesses before I'm done with the strength, so I will put the strength as a predecessor of the weaknesses by typing 1. Why 1? Because this is the number, the task number. Here, I enter, and done. I go back to the milestone, and here you go. You see that there is this little tree here. When I click on it, it says that it's depending on this one. As long as I'm not done with the strength, it won't work. So if I click here, here you go. Strength are working, and now it's upcoming. Alright. So checking the box as you saw complete the task. You can also add notes for each of them, and so if you click to send email, for instance here, it will send me an email letting me know that you sent a note here. You can associate documents and go on the forum. Let's see that later on. Then you can also add another task list. Okay, so that will be, for instance, a presentation. So PowerPoint V1, alright, with the task, and that's it, alright, and you see that, again, they're not in the right order, so you can change the order by reordering the task, alright, save it. Okay, it's pretty simple, that's how it should work. I'll be back to show you more and the calendar, probably with another profile.